The atmosphere at the Virginia Mason Athletic Center has been electric this week, and as someone covering this team daily, I can tell you that the front office is working behind the scenes on moves that could redefine our trajectory for the remainder of the season. We are tracking significant developments involving key players that you need to know about. From roster shifts to injury updates, the landscape is changing fast. If you love the Seahawks and want to stay ahead of the curve, please hit that subscribe button to join our community.
DK Metcalf remains the absolute focal point of our discussion today as the team navigates the fallout from his recent injury setback. When we look at the physical profile of DK Metcalf, we are talking about a unique specimen whose presence on the perimeter dictates how defensive coordinators across the league prepare for the Seahawks. The concern among the coaching staff is palpable, not just because of his raw statistical output, but because of the gravity he commands in the middle of the field, which opens up opportunities for everyone else in the receiving corps. From a tactical standpoint, his absence forces the offensive scheme to evolve rapidly. Without his ability to win on vertical routes and dominate in one-on-one coverage, the team must rely more heavily on intermediate spacing and tighter window throws. This puts significant pressure on the quarterback to be surgical with his decision-making. We have seen this offense struggle when the vertical threat is neutralized, and the reliance on DK Metcalf to provide that spark cannot be overstated. Looking at the historical context, the team has faced similar challenges in the past when key wideouts were sidelined, but the current configuration of the wide receiver room lacks a direct replacement for his specific blend of size and explosive speed. The medical staff is being remarkably cautious, and reports indicate that they are prioritizing a full recovery over a rushed return to the practice field. This is a sound strategic move given the long-term implications for the franchise and the potential for re-injury if he comes back before reaching peak conditioning. From a salary cap perspective, while his contract is a major asset, the team is currently evaluating depth options to ensure that the offense does not stagnate during his time away. We are watching the practice reports closely for any sign of him returning to individual drills, but until we see him cutting at full speed, expectations for his immediate availability must be tempered. The ripple effect here is real. It changes the way opponents play their safeties, meaning tight ends and slot receivers will have to step up their game in a hurry to compensate for the lost production. We are looking at a critical juncture in the season where every single win counts toward playoff positioning, and missing a playmaker of his caliber is a hurdle that requires a collective effort to overcome. Coaches have been emphasizing the next man up mentality, but in reality, replacing a player like him is nearly impossible. The front office is likely exploring veteran options on the market to bolster the rotation, though it is unlikely they will find a player with his specific skill set. We will keep you updated on every development as the training staff monitors his progress throughout the week ahead.
If you are enjoying these detailed updates, please go ahead and hit that like button and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Your support helps us bring you the best coverage of the Seattle Seahawks. Kenneth Walker III is moving to the center of the strategic conversation as the coaching staff looks to solidify the ground game during this critical stretch of the season. When we analyze the offensive philosophy currently being installed, Kenneth Walker III is clearly the engine that makes the entire machine function effectively. His ability to create yardage on his own, especially when the blocking scheme is tested by elite defensive fronts, makes him an invaluable asset for the Seahawks. We have spent time observing the practice sessions, and it is evident that the offensive coordinator is placing a heavier emphasis on getting him touches in space. The goal is to maximize his explosive potential while reducing the wear and tear that comes with heavy volume inside the tackles. Tactically, this involves more perimeter runs and creative screen passes that allow him to utilize his vision and lateral agility against linebackers who struggle in open field tackling situations. The historical context of this franchise highlights a preference for a strong running game, and Kenneth Walker III is the latest in a line of backs who carry that tradition forward with a modern flair. His presence alone dictates defensive alignments, often forcing opposing teams to play with an extra defender in the box, which in turn creates favorable matchups for the passing game. From a financial perspective, his current rookie contract provides significant flexibility, allowing the front office to allocate resources elsewhere on the roster while maintaining high-level production at the running back position. This is a luxury many teams across the league do not enjoy, and it is a testament to the scouting department's ability to identify talent that fits the system perfectly. The challenge moving forward will be maintaining his efficiency as the season progresses, and defensive coordinators begin to adjust their schemes to specifically target his tendencies. We have already seen teams start to shade their coverage to account for his outside zone runs, so the coaching staff must stay one step ahead with misdirection and counterplays. If the team can consistently establish the run through him, it will provide the necessary balance to protect the quarterback and control the time of possession in pivotal fourth-quarter moments.
We are monitoring his workload closely, as the balance between his usage rate and his long-term health is going to be the most important factor in the team's ability to compete at a high level. Every carry he takes is analyzed for its impact on the defensive flow, and his progress is being tracked with a level of detail that reflects his importance to the game plan. Fans should expect to see him featured prominently in the upcoming matchups, as the team relies on his unique ability to turn a broken play into a game-changing highlight.
Devon Witherspoon is increasingly becoming the heartbeat of this defensive unit, showing a level of maturity and tactical awareness that belies his experience in the league. As we observe the evolution of the secondary, it is clear that Devon Witherspoon is being asked to handle more responsibilities, including blitz packages and coverage adjustments that require a high football IQ. This shift in role is a direct response to the need for more aggressive playmaking on the defensive side of the ball. Tactically, the coaching staff is deploying him in a variety of alignments, taking advantage of his versatility to disrupt the rhythm of opposing quarterbacks. He has shown an incredible knack for timing his breaks on the ball, which has led to several critical stops during recent practice sessions and game action. From a scheme standpoint, his ability to play both inside and outside allows the defensive coordinator to be more creative with personnel groupings, effectively neutralizing the opponent's best receiver regardless of where they line up. The historical context here is interesting, as the Seahawks have long valued defensive backs with his specific physical profile and competitive spirit. We are seeing him develop into a true leader in the locker room, earning the respect of his veteran teammates through his dedication to film study and his intense work ethic on the field. The impact of this development cannot be overstated, as a reliable and versatile defensive back is the cornerstone of a modern, successful defense. We are looking at a player who is not just filling a spot, but actively changing the way the entire defense operates. When he is locked in, the pressure on the front seven to generate sacks is slightly alleviated because he can effectively cover for longer periods, giving the pass rushers more time to get home. This symbiotic relationship between the secondary and the defensive line is what the team is aiming for as they look to tighten up their metrics against the pass. If he continues to trend in this direction, he will undoubtedly be a candidate for significant recognition by the end of the year. The front office and the coaching staff are thrilled with his progress, and it is clear that he is viewed as a foundational piece of the future. We are watching how he handles the increasing pressure of being a primary target for opposing game plans, but so far he has shown nothing but poise and a high competitive drive. Every snap he takes is an opportunity for him to prove his worth, and he has consistently risen to the challenge in every situation he has faced this season. As the team moves into the tougher part of their schedule, his role will only become more vital to the overall success of the defensive unit.
It has been an intense week of news and developments for the Seahawks, and as we have discussed, the status of these key players will play a major role in how the rest of the season unfolds. We have covered the injury outlook, the rushing strategy, and the emergence of a defensive leader. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think the team has enough depth to weather these challenges? Would you make any changes to the current game plan? Leave your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe.